I'm excited because we just celebrated our 30th anniversary at Grace, and I thought it might be fun to tell you about my first experience at Grace that first year. We came when our family was young. It was in 1991. My son had just been born. I was brand new to the area. Dave's job transferred us here. He was so excited about it. He'd always dreamed of making Reno, Tahoe area his home. I was just following him because I loved him so much. So it was a little different for me. We left our church home. We're used to a larger church in Las Vegas. And so when we came here and started church shopping, it didn't take long to realize that things were not the same in Reno as they were in Vegas. The environment was different. We visited Grace for the first time when they were meeting in Lawler, and I'll just say that it was not exactly love at first sight for me, but I was drawn there for some reason, and so we started going there a little bit, and then we weren't quite loving it, and so we went to a few other churches, kind of had that church shopping experience, and still couldn't commit to one home church. Until this very wise man that I worked with said something to me. He was a Christian, and he said to me, Karen, you're not going to find a church home until you learn that church isn't about what you can get, but church is about what you can give. And here I am 30 years later still talking about that. Church is not about what you can get, it's about what you can give. In the years following that, we did commit to Grace Church and started pouring ourselves into ministry. We started giving to the church financially, and the more that we gave and the more that we served, the more that we grew and the more like home Grace became. So my question for you today is, what is church to you? What is church about to you? Is it about getting fed? Is it about consuming, or is it about giving? Things have changed a little bit with this whole pandemic and the isolation, and since we're not meeting personally, it's a little bit trickier, but still God calls all of us to be the church. Paul talks about in Corinthians that we are the body of Christ, and there are many parts to that body, and Jesus modeled for us himself how he came not to be served, but to serve. So are you wondering how to grow in your faith? Are you wondering how to make this church your home? Just remember, it's not about what you can get. It's about what you can give. Yes, I'm talking financially. Yes, I'm talking about pouring yourself out in service to other people, not just on campus, but all through Reno. Remember, it's not about what you can get. It's about what you can give. That's your focus for today. May you move toward Jesus as you think about that.